I'm Michelle Cullen, and today's practice is going to be a home flow practice that I've been working on. The title is Awaken. So we are going to wake up while we do this practice by focusing inward and expanding as our body warms up outward. So I hope you will join me for this home practice. You might just want to have a pillow for your knees. We'll be on our knees quite a bit at the first flow session and second flow session. And that's all about you need. So we're going to start in child's pose. So get comfortable, come down onto your knees, and if this is uncomfortable, you can put a pillow here or put the pillow under your knees, any way that is good, or stay in tabletop or sitting. So settle down into child's pose. And this little seed helps you grow inward as you breathe and close your eyes. Become a seed that's been dormant. And you're beginning to feel the light and the warmth of spring. And you're receptive to awakening. One more deep breath and just settle in, being here, letting go of everything else. Making this an inward journey. Now slowly in slow motion, come on to tabletop, hands and knees. Let's put your hands underneath and breathe in, bringing your nose up, and exhale, curving down. And this is breath-based Hatha yoga, breathing in, moving the forward, head forward, breathing out, exhaling the heart up between the shoulder blades. Each movement is connected to a breath. One more time, luxuriating to warming up our spine. Now slowly, deliberately stretch out your left leg behind you and just flatten your tabletop. The left hip comes down slightly and just gently begin to rock back and forth, beginning a gentle awakening to that left calf. And then turn your leg, your bent right leg behind you, and put your right hand right in the center of the long strip of your mat, lined up with your knee. Your left leg can straighten out or have a slight bend to it. And gently breathe in and up with your hand, making a big circle like the hands of a clock. Just exhaling the hand down, breathing in, waking up your shoulders, waking up the side body there. And then gently engage your abdominal muscles and come on up onto that right knee. This is a point where you may want to put the cushion or blanket under your knee that's on the ground. And then reach with your hands extended wide, making yourself grow tall. Now bring the right hand up and drop the left hand just gently on that extended left leg. And just reach up gently, not too much, just a gentle warm up, tugging on that side shoulder. And with the exhale, come back into a T here. Now bend that left knee and extend your left arm over the left knee in a sort of a modified warrior two. Shoulders drop down as you breathe in and out. Just being here in this warrior on your knee. Now reach up with the inhale. Left arm comes up, right arm drops down. And then exhale the opposite. So the left elbow comes to the left bent knee and the right arm extends all the way over in a modified version of extended side angle. All the while being gentle, just warming up the body, awakening in this flow. Now, Inhale the left hand up, exhale the right hand down to the mat, and come forward, pushing your hips forward into this modified side plank. Just gently rocking back and forth a little bit, warming up. And then drop back down into your hands and knees and settle down into the child. Just take a moment with your breath to notice how you feel. Now come back up, and I'm going to turn around, and if you need to turn around, you can. But I'm going to do it this way so you can see me. I'm going to gently bring my right leg back, dropping my right hip, and in this tabletop position with extended right long leg, rock back and forth so that you just wake up that right calf muscle. Kind of plug that whole leg into the hip socket as you engage your abdominal muscles and create a little space in your vertebrae. So your spine is long, your chin is tucked, and everything is just soft and comfortable. Now we're going to turn the left foot back behind us, putting the left hand again right in the middle of the mat, and inhale the right arm up. And slowly exhale it down like the hands of a clock. Or maybe it's your, I don't know, reaching and breathing. One more time. And then with the next inhale, coming all the way up, your torso lines up over that left knee. And I'm not mirroring you, so just listen to the cues of left and right and probably do opposite of the way I look. Your right knee is over that right ankle, right hand is extended out, and you can even just press a little bit to line your body up along that long axis of your mat. Rock back and forth just a little bit on your left knee, feeling the strength as your shoulders settle away from the ears. And then inhale, the right arm up, left arm down, stretching and reaching up, and then coming down, revolving over into that extended side angle. Stretching the side body, coming up into the T, warrior two, modified on the right side. And then with the next inhale, the right arm comes up and the left arm drops back down to the mat. Extend your right leg along the mat, nice and straight with maybe a slight bend. And then reach over into the side plank on your knee. Just reach and stretch to make that whole right side body grow long. Rock back and forth a little bit just to warm everything up. And then drop the right hand back down so you're now in tabletop. Breathing in and exhaling back down into child's pose. Well, we're going to do it again. This time we're going to match the breath and it will be a little bit smoother, a little bit faster. So we'll come back up onto tabletop. The left hand will go into the center of the mat and the left leg is going to come back. I'm going to turn around. Left leg back, rocking back and forth. And then inhale, the left arm up and exhale it down. Inhaling up, and this time all the way up into the inhale. The left leg is straight, and then bend it and turn as you go into warrior two. Inhale, the left arm up away from the bent knee, right arm dangles down towards the ground, and then inhale back into that warrior two. Looking over your left arm, exhale, left arm to left knee, right arm reaches up and over, side body stretch. Inhale back into warrior two, and exhale, settling in. Inhale the right arm back down to the ground, making a long line as you straighten your left leg and left arm makes the side plank. You might even push into your left leg and come up just a little bit, Or now lift up that left leg into a side plank. And then exhale back down into child's. Inhale up into tabletop, and that right leg comes back. Exhale, rock back and forth. Inhale, turn your left leg behind and reach up with your right arm, and right leg is extended into that side body stretch, that modified side plank. Now inhale the right arm up, the whole torso comes up, and bend the right knee. Exhale, shoulders away. Inhale the right arm up, reaching away, revolving your warrior, and exhaling back into warrior two. Inhale the left arm up, reaching over an extended side angle, right elbow on the right knee. Inhale back into that T or warrior two, and exhale, settle it all down. Inhale the right arm up, left arm exhales down to the ground, coming back into that side plank. You may lift your right leg up and find some length, or keep it on the ground, rotating that right shoulder back. And then coming back down into our child's pose. And take a complete breath here and just notice if you feel a little bit more awake, a little bit warming up. Okay, we'll begin our second series. This flow is on the hands and knees as well, so you may want to keep your blanket there. We're going to start here in our seated diamond pose. So if this is uncomfortable, modify it anyway. I'll always listen to your body and don't do anything that hurts. So we'll begin by sitting here on our heels, exhaling completely. We'll inhale up into camel, reaching up for the sky. And we'll take 2 or 3 breaths for the first flow, and then we'll do it a little bit more breath break. So breathing in and out like you're climbing a rope, reaching up, and then exhaling down. Fingers rain down to the ground, hips back over the heels, and take a deep breath in child's pose, letting it all out. Now we'll come forward, knees, chest, and chin, sliding the chin along the ground, coming onto our belly into a baby cobra. Inhaling up just a little bit. Hands are underneath the shoulders, and just breathe in and out without geeking the neck, without hurting the shoulders or anything, just gentle, not much pressure here. Now we'll come back into a plank. And you can do a knee plank or a straight body plank and rock back and forth, taking a breath or 2, making sure your heart is up and your shoulders are protected. And then inhale all the way up into down dog, our first down dog of the day. Just press with your fingers wide, your toes wide, and again, rock back and forth with your hips, dropping your heels down like you're climbing or stretching those calves like we did before. A couple more breaths here in our first down dog. Pushing through the hands, letting the hips come up, 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 and settling the heels down gently. And then we'll bring the knees slowly to the ground and sitting back into our chair, seated chair, known as diamond pose. Close your eyes here and take a breath. Exhale it out, and then flowing, arms raised as the hips come up to camel. Exhaling down into child. Chin comes forward into our baby cobra. Maybe a little bit higher this time, elbows pointing back, and then pushing up into plank, rocking back and forth. Nice deep breath here, and then exhale the hips up to the sky, down dog. Complete breath here, inhaling, exhaling. With the next exhale, come back down, knees touch the ground, hips come back, and we're seated again. We'll do this with the flow, one movement per breath, a little bit faster this time. Inhaling up, flowing, and reaching for camel. Exhaling down for child. Inhaling, knees, chest, and chin. Cobra or up dog. Exhaling, plank. Inhaling, down dog. And exhaling. We'll do it again. Breathing, last time. Feels so good. Camel, exhale. Child. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, plank. Down dog. And knees touch. Sitting back and seeing if you're feeling the blood flowing just a little bit as we gently, gently warm up. Now I'm going to have you sit with your legs bent in front of you, hands back, and we're just going to warm up our hips a little bit in a windshield wiper. So we'll windshield the knees to the one side and exhale into the other. Inhaling slowly, just feeling the hips rotating and the glutes getting a little bit massage here. Can even involve the shoulders a little bit. And then if it feels better, you can go a little bit faster. And then coming up into seated Baddha Konasana, which is sometimes known as the tailor pose or butterfly. So we'll bring our soles of the feet together, sit up tall, and just reach and exhale forward. For fun, if you want to, how we interlace our hands like this, you could try interlacing your opposite toes with your opposite hands. It's kind of a unique experience if you've never done this. Helps if you have skinny fingers. And just kind of give your feet a little squeeze. Just to sort of mix it up. Rocking back and forth. Creating a little space between our toes. I don't know. It's a little bit painful for me, but I always like, for my feet, I always appreciate a little good squeeze. So give them a squeeze. Inhale, your spine tall, your chin up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your legs together. And we're going to do our series 3. Series 3 is kind of a variation of the first series, but it is standing up. And I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to have my notes here just in case I need it. This is a standing, so come to the standing at the top of the mat, and we're going to do our flow, and we'll end up with a squat and a chair. So it's going to warm you up if you're not already warmed up. We'll start at mountain pose at the top of the mat. Raise your toes and settle them in as you grow your mountain roots. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, and feel your spine grow tall as the crown of your head reaches towards the sky. And soften your knees just a little bit and allow the natural curves in your spine to be there. And then take a breath and becoming still. Now inhale up. We'll reach the hands overhead. And exhale, softly coming down, hands on either side of your feet with your knees generously bent. Inhale up into a flat back. Hands can be on your thighs here. And exhale down into a forward fold. Place your hands flat and step back with your left foot and your right foot and find yourself in plank. Rock back and forth just a little bit, turning your elbow pits forward and your heart coming up. Again, chest up, long line of your spine. Now come up into down dog again. Reaching tall like we did before, coming up on your toes, letting the hips come to the sky and then settling down. Remember, fingertips are spread wide, hands are wide, pressing in. And then inhale your left leg back into the three-legged dog. You might need to shift your weight just a little bit and reach up and feel that like someone's grabbing your left leg and giving it a little straighten, like it's straightening out of your hip socket and then plugging it back in as your left hip drops down just a little bit. From three-legged dog, bring your knee forward into a little bit of a core workout here, and then come down all the way forward into lunge, into our left lunge, left knee forward. We're going to twist the left arm up and right hand is down on the mat. If you want, you can straighten that right back leg to feel a strong, long line, or do what feels right for your body, keeping the knee down if it needs to be down. Now bring the leg all the way around, and we're going to come to a side plank, keeping the right knee on the ground, left leg is straightened out, and just like we did before, we're in that side plank. Left arm is long, left leg is long, and this time you can, if you feel like you can, reach up and come into a full side plank or stay modified because we're still kind of a little bit warmed up. So inhale in that side plank. You can have your arms in the T and then exhale back down into a full body plank or knee plank. Now bring your feet wide as your mat and start walking them forward towards your hands until you are in a position where you can squat at the front of your mat. You can keep your toes up if that's where you need to, or let your heels come down. Take a breath in and out. You can use your arms to fulcrum the legs comfortably, knees a little bit farther apart if that's comfortable. Another breath. And then put your hands down at the front of your mat and let your hips come up slowly and turn your toes so that they're parallel, your feet are parallel, and you're in a sort of a seated, like you're seated on a chair reaching forward. And then with the strength, bring your hands up and stay seated in chair. Take another breath or two, kind of keeping your weight back so you can see your toes, protecting your knees, maybe a little bounce like you're coming down a mountain in a skiing squat. And then coming up, standing up tall, hands are up, and exhaling them back down to mountain. So that was our left side. We're going to do that a little bit slowly on the right side, and then we'll do it more as a flow. So inhale the hands up. Exhale them forward, forward fold. Coming up, inhaling, flat back, halfway up, exhaling, forward fold again. Place your hands, step back with your right foot, step back with your left foot, and find yourself in plank. Rock back and forth, finding good shoulder stability. And then inhale up into down dog. And press into the hands, finding length along the spine and along the back of the body. Now we're going to come to the right leg forward into a lunge. And we will keep the left leg straight if you want, or on the ground. And the right arm reaches with the inhale up to the sky. Breathing in and out. And then we're going to turn into our side plank. So the right leg comes straight. The right arm comes up overhead and the weight is on the left knee and the left hand. If you feel comfortable, you can come into your side plank, breathing in and out or reaching in and out. And then exhale, turn into your full plank, nice and strong. And then walk your feet, left foot, right foot, into some big giant steps wide into the front of the mat, settling down into that squat again. Breathing in tall, exhaling. And then hands come to the ground, coming up, hips just a little bit, turn the toes so they're parallel, sitting down in the chair, breathing in and out, tucking the tailbone just a little bit, rocking back so you can see your toes, and then all the way up with a big inhale, and exhale down into mountain pose. Just take a moment to see how you feel, noticing the effects of the vigorous movement and flow, the vinyasa. Well, let's do it again, and we will just do it a little bit more on a flow, and feel free to modify at any point and also to have it go a little faster or a little slower if you need to. Inhaling up, hands reach for the sky. Exhale, coming down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands back down in front. Step back with the left leg, step back with the right leg into a plank pose. Inhale into down dog. Exhale, settling in. Inhale the left leg forward, forward lunge. And inhale the left arm forward, twisting, feeling a nice body stretch. Exhale the hand back down, and then coming into a left leg back and left arm up into side plank. You can modify it or have it just strong. Exhale, coming down into full plank, rocking back and forth, and then pushing your left foot forward, right foot forward, walk forward, and find yourself in a squat. Deep breath here, settling in. Exhale completely. Inhale the hips up, toes turn forward. Exhale, sit back in your imaginary chair. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, sit down again. Inhale all the way up, standing tall. Exhale back to mountain pose. Take a deep breath and we'll get ready to flow one more time. Inhaling up, right arms reach for the heavens. Exhaling, hands towards the ground. Flat back with the breath in. Exhaling all the way down. Step back with the right foot. Step back with the left foot. Find yourself in plank. Find yourself in up dog. Oh, I forgot to do the three-legged dog last time. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale it forward. Rocking back and forth in a nice forward lunge. Inhale the right hand up. Reaching in a beautiful twist. And then exhale the right leg back into our side plank. Inhaling tall. And exhaling back to regular plank. And now we'll walk the feet forward into our squat. And then exhaling feet forward into our chair. Inhaling and exhaling. All the way up and back to mountain. Well, sometimes I forget something, but we got the flow. We did do one three-legged dog on the left and one on the right, so it all balances out. Okay, so now we're going to do series 4, which is our tree. So we're going to come onto the front of the mat and put your hands together to your heart, and we will shift to our right leg and bring our left leg up into a bent, standing, one-legged left knee forward. We're going to do the tree on this side. So you can either have your toes on the ground and grow your tree. You can bring your toes up to your calves or all the way up to your thighs, but never on your knee because you don't want to put pressure on your knee. But do put a little pressure from your foot onto wherever it is, as long as it's not your knee. Bend that standing leg just a little bit to give you a little lower sense of gravity, a little lower sense of balance. And if you have a chance to look at a tree, like I am, my spruce trees in my neighbor's yard, their hands are out wide like this. So I'm channeling my inner spruce. Okay, so now bring the left knee up and forward, and we're going to step back into Warrior One. Warrior One, reaching for the heavens, settling in, turning the leg into a nice strong Warrior One. Extending the energy along the back, knife edge of the back of the left foot, nice and strong and straight, making sure the right knee is not wobbling too much, that it's right over that right foot. Breathing in and out. And then we'll come to a standing side angle. Strong arms, strong long line. Dropping the right shoulder down, loosening it up a little bit. Reaching in and out. And then coming up into Warrior Two. You might need to adjust your feet just a little bit. We're looking over, right hand over the right knee, and hands are in a T parallel to the ground. Breathing in and out. Revolve your warrior. And then stepping back up to the front of your mat to begin a tree on the other side. So we'll do this by shifting our weight to our left side. The right knee comes up in front of us, bent. Then open up, either toes on the ground, on the calf, or up higher. And then when you're ready, grow your branches. Let the spring come in. Let the seed grow into a sapling, into a tree. Become awake and alive. Hey, spring is here. Almost. In Alaska, spring means snow, but eventually the sap will come in. Okay, step back with your right leg into Warrior One, nice and tall, and turn that right leg pressing into the back edge of your right foot, making sure that your knee is over the left knee, over the left foot, reaching up into Warrior One. And then exhale, I'm going to turn around into Warrior Two. The left knee is still bent, left hand is over the left knee, and the arms are parallel to the ground. Sink a little deeper, dropping your shoulders down. Inhale over into extended side angle. Right arm is long line with the right straight leg. Drop that left shoulder, feeling the strength, and stretch in the side body, rotating the right hip up. And then come back into Warrior Two, settling in. Deep breath. And then revolving the warrior. And back. And take a big step to the front of the mat, hands to the heart, and dropping them into mountain pose. So that was my flow. We're just going to do one more thing where we come to the ground before we do Shavasana. We're going to do hands back. We're going to reach the chest forward, legs forward, Feeling the opening in the front body, and then exhaling forward into a gentle seated forward fold. Sometimes putting the pillow just slightly behind can help. Breathing in and out, finding stillness for a few breaths. Always just getting to the edge, not beyond where you could hurt yourself, because you can overstretch and hurt your lower back. So this is about listening to where your body is each and every time you practice and each and every time you stretch, and honoring that, because it can change from day to day. But over time, with continuous gentle stretching and dynamic movement, you can find a little bit more flexibility within the range and parameters of what your body's capable of. Mostly, this stretching and this movement can help as our mind is still, our body becomes still. We can find some serenity. And then as our body moves, like you come up and breathe, inhaling up, hands overhead, and body stretches, the energy can begin to flow, and we can find some awakening in our bodies, in our capabilities, and in our mental capabilities too. So let's come back for the most important posture of the day, which is Shavasana. So settle on your back. If your lower back is sore, you can keep your knees up. Just melt into the mat. Just commit to stillness for 1 minute. Going on an inward journey, your own awakening. If you need to count your breath, just count your breath. And now begin to bring your awareness back by wiggling your fingers and toes. And slowly, luxuriously bring your knees up to your chest. Rock back and forth. And then coming forward onto your favorite side. And slowly push yourself up into a seated position, where you can keep that sense of peace and awaking that we've begin to establish today by bringing your hands to your forehead and bowing your head. Namaste. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. May your light shine. Thank you so much. Namaste.